Up YouTube, this is Common Sense here. Today we're going to be doing a video called Iconic Heroes Characters Deserve Iconic Settings in a Game. The point of this video is I am so sick and tired of when a hero like Batman or a character like Iron Man or any other character that's a legend, usually, in this video we'll focus on superheroes, but Cole McGrath from Infamous series, that's a pretty big PlayStation 3 exclusive game, but big heroes deserve huge games. A little bit about this video is this is going to be a video about the gaming industry and how they like to put big titans into tiny games, and they do it really fast. Sorry, my phone's going off here. So I have some points here. I wrote things down on notes to help them go smoother. And the first point I want to talk about is people get paid to design, program, approve, and advertise video games. It's a huge industry now. People go to school for it. Lots of money, lots of advertisement. Sony is a business. I mean, these are kind of a big deal, So I ask the question, why the garbage? If these are careers, most of us take our careers seriously. A doctor shouldn't just mess around. A teacher should really be in it for the kids. And a game designer should really have that job for designing a product that he or she or their team is proud of. So I would ask that question to any of the directors. The director of Bethesda, although they are usually pretty good with Fallout and Elder Scrolls series. So we would probably just have dinner or something. But Sony, I have a lot of questions for you. My next point is that in the superhero world, Iron Man is really big in the movies right now. When Iron Man came out, the first movie, it was a big deal, huge success. When Iron Man 2 came out, I think Darker Phoenix 1 and I can agree that it wasn't the best Iron Man movie, but it definitely stepped it up with the technology and things. And then Iron Man 3 is about to come out in a couple weeks, I think. It's anticipated, it's everywhere, it's huge. It's just gonna be awesome, especially after the Avengers. So my question is, when it comes to games, why hasn't Iron Man gotten... Hold on, let me check my phone real quick to make sure this isn't important. I apologize for this. Maybe I can just edit this out. Alright, so my question is, why hasn't Iron Man gotten his spotlight in a game yet? The games that he has been in have been very linear, not free roam at all, and that's not what you do with a hero like that. Iron Man can pretty much go anywhere and should be able to do almost anything. Spider-Man, Batman, even the Incredible Hulk have had their games, and they've had the ability to free roam and go through cities and give the player a little more freedom. And so this is what I would call a Titan, wouldn't you? Questions, comments, leave a comment below. Would you consider Iron Man a gaming titan if they did it right? But Iron Man 3, the video game, is about to come out, and I saw a preview for that, and it's basically like Star Fox. The old Star Fox games and even Star Fox 64. Basically the screen is blowing by you like this, like blowing by you, and you're just moving right, left, up, down, pushing a few buttons to do actions. That's not right. A third point I have is they've done this before. Grand Theft Auto 3, almost any of the Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, Vice City, and the knockoff expansions, as well as Grand Theft Auto 4, and very soon Grand Theft Auto 5 are all free world, free roam, open world games. They've done this before. If If they don't know where to start, if a gaming company does not know where to start, plug in one of those games, get some ideas, throw it into your game. You have the technology, you have a team, you have people who you are paying. So make their time worth it, make them actually spend a little bit of time on a game, designing this, designing that, earning that money. The sense in it is the fourth point. Why? Why would you make a shitty game and get it out as fast as you could, being a big name like Sony, Activision, EA, Xbox, Microsoft? Why would you just put out the shittiest thing you could possibly imagine? The answer is money. We're not going to go into the powers of money, but I would urge gaming industries, if someone from a gaming industry sees this video, that's a work of art. Picasso, Van Gogh, other artists I've since forgotten since my younger years in art class and stuff that I learned about. But Ansel Adams, all these different people, he's a photographer, but they all take their work seriously and they put out products that they're proud of. So I would say if you're going to take a block of cement and as a sculptor start to sculpt, I would hope that you wouldn't end up with, let's say, a cube. Nice job, you sculpted a cube, but could you have sculpted anything else? Alright, this is going to be the last point in the majority of this video. When you have a little level / environment, so you have a little level and a little environment, plus a rushed game, you have less room to move around. You have less room to incorporate in your story. You have less room to do everything. Not only are you forced to now be a linear game, very constricted, very guided, and the player doesn't really feel like they can do what they want personally. It's nothing personal about the game. When you do this, it's bad. Now, I have here as an example Batman Arkham City. Now, before you guys hate, I love that game. I'm on my 4th time, about to beat it, my 4th time through. I'll probably play it over the summer for a 5th time. I love the game. So many great things. But listen to what I'm about to say very carefully. Batman fights. I have a list here, and you're not really aware of it as you go through and play the game, but if you write it out, it seems very crazy. And this is a point that I think is a little unrealistic. They were scared to go to Gotham City, I think, or maybe their story, the story they wanted to tell, confined them to Arkham City, which is fine. But here, Batman fights 8 to 10 main villains. Now, what is a main villain? Here's what I listed as a main villain: Riddler, because he has the hostages and he's everywhere; Joker, Solomon Grundy, Penguin, Ra's al Ghul, Mr. Freeze, Hugo Strange, Clayface, and there's 2 that I put in the next category as well. Thugs, there's a ton of thugs, but also Deadshot. Deadshot is a pretty big deal, and they kind of made him pathetic in this game because he's a side mission. They didn't give him the limelight he really deserved. It was like, here's this guy, see ya. And Batman also fights he has encounters with 5 other types of villains. Now, not including the 8 to 10. So here's the other 5. Again, we see Deadshot and Thugs. Those count as 2. But then we see the Mad Hatter, the Assassins, and Victor Zsasz. Now, if I left any out, please let me know. But that, again, I will repeat that. 8 to 10 main villains in one night, and then 5 other people who still, put up a good fight. Batman Arkham City in one night by himself. Is that realistic? They're about to come out with Batman Arkham Origins. It's the whole Gotham City. They'll pretty much be able to do whatever they want. Now, if they put all these people in that huge game, it would fill it up nicely. There might be a time or two where Batman catches a break, But that, evil will still be present. You'll still have one of the 8 to 10 villains in the game that he can go after. They'll have more room to be a bigger deal. So, like Riddler, they might be able to hide trophies and do the same thing, but also give him something like the Joker, where you run into him, or he's, Batman actually meets him in between all that, and he messes with him a little bit, and then he disappears again. So I don't think it's very realistic for them to have shoved all those villains and sub-villains into that game in one night in Arkham City. That kind of takes away from the experience playing it for the 4th time. I'm starting to notice things and realize things. And Batman defeats these guys pretty easily. Like, they're not really epic fights or anything. Ra's al Ghul is, Joker is, obviously. But some of the other ones that I'm talking about are not. Solomon Grundy, that ended quick. You never see him again. Penguin, same thing. He got on your nerves, he really pissed you off, and then you beat him really quick. Never saw him again. So, and Mr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze is epic. He should have had some henchmen of his own. In the cartoons he does. But in this game, he's by himself. So I don't really get that. So, that's just my example of what happens when you take a Titan. We'll tie this all together with that game. You take a Titan and you put him in a small environment. Arkham City is amazing, and I was really looking forward to that game when it came out. I still enjoy it. However, as I said before, my 4th time playing it, I'm noticing things. Things that I think, a director of the game could have noticed. Designers, test players, people who approved ideas. No one caught it. They just let it go. So in conclusion, here's my final notes. Why would you even take the time to put out a shitty game? That's my question. If you have answers, please comment below. Remember to like and subscribe. But this is why I don't think you should. Games are stories. We're seeing that just like books and film and movies, games are another dimension of a way to tell a story. An interactive dimension, if I might add. It's a form of expression, a whole new universe, and there is big money, huge money involved in the gaming industry. Some movies and blockbuster hits even come from video games, so I would urge to take it seriously. And if you're gonna put a Titan, a big character, into a game, give them room to spread their wings. Make it an awesome game. Thank you for watching my video. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a good day, guys.